Fans are only just realizing the Beatles had an entirely different name with wild meaning. The Beatles, founded by John Lennon, Paul McCartney, Ringo Starr, and George Harrison in 1960, is a name recognized worldwide. However, the iconic band wasn't always known by this moniker. The tale of how these four musicians arrived at their legendary name has puzzled fans for years, but it appears there's more to the story than most realize. In their early days, the group, which would go on to sell 600 million records globally, was initially called the Quarrymen, then briefly contemplated the name the Silver Beetles. Their final choice, the Beatles, was a whimsical tribute to Buddy Holly and the Crickets, with an ingenious spin on the word beat, alluding to the band's connection with beat music and the beat generation. Yet, in typical Beatles style, Lennon often claimed that the name was revealed to him in a vision of a man on a flaming pie, who declared, "You are Beatles with an A." Whether this is fact or just Lennon's eccentric humor remains uncertain. Discussing how he actually arrived at the name the Beatles, Lennon, who was tragically murdered at the age of 40 in 1980, elaborated, "I was looking for a name like the Crickets that meant two things, and from Crickets I got a Beatles. And I changed the B-A, because Beatles didn't mean two things on its own. When you said it, people thought of Crawley things, and when you read it, it was beat music." Beatles enthusiasts were left scratching their heads over the iconic band's original name choices, with one Reddit user posing question, "I've never thought about it before, but why choose the Quarrymen as a band name? Were quarries cool? Was there one nearby? What's the deal?" The query ignited a flurry of responses, including one who shared, "It's because John and a few others in the band in the early days went to a school called Quarry Bank School at the time the band was formed." Another fan offered some historical context, saying, 1. Quarries are very cool. 2. Rock and sand have been quarried near Liverpool since ancient times. 3. The Quarrymen took their name from a line in the school song of their school, the Quarry Bank High School. A Beatles fan suggested a deeper meaning. "I imagine a member of the band, likely John, also found a double meaning in the name. Quarrymen are people employed at the face of a quarry, stripping, drilling, excavating, and loading, wait for it, rock. Really, it's a pretty clever name for a rock band. I believe John also came up with putting the beat in the Beatles.